Hi guys, Ron here. Today I got three products for three different customers, but they are all quite cool and sought after currently, so I thought to give you a little bit of an overview of them. So the first one, arguably the most interesting, is a new Quarq DZero power meter spider. And this one is a bit different from the other Quarq power meters that I've shown you earlier. And actually this is for the specialized S-Works cranks. It's for one of my friends who has ordered an S-Works Tarmac, and this is going to go and replace his standard non-power meter spider. And this was previously possible with the older generation of Quarq, but now it's available in DZero configuration as well. So you get all the new electronics and the new software that controls it, all the great features, Bluetooth and plus connectivity, mobile phone application for calibration, upgrades and zero resetting. So yeah, basically all the cool features of the DZero. Plus it doesn't include the cost of the cranks themselves, because you already have those fancy cranks on your S-Works Tarmac or whatever S-Works bike you are getting. So yeah, componentry wise, the electronics and the measuring sensors are exactly the same, still accelerometer based cadence. And when the spider is by itself like this, you can also really appreciate the machining and all the fine tolerances that go into making such a high precision product. And yeah, if you consider it price wise, then it's one of the best value options as well, and the same goes for the performance. Quite decent Quarq logo right here to complement the S-Works crank. Normally for the standard DZero power meter you can only buy that as a complete crankset, but now some of the bikes also come with those Quarq power ready cranksets, which have the same 8-bolt interface, not like this one. So for those it's also a very good option to upgrade to a non-specialized but a standard 8-bolt interface. I'm going to show you, or I'm planning to do a video about this, because many people have been asking of how they can transform what crank-based system to a power crank. So I'm going to explore those options a bit. So the other product, well, some people might call it the bottom bracket. It's not really, they're just two ceramic bearings from Kogel. And if you've seen my previous videos, then I also have a very nice Cannondale Super 6 Evo in my customer base. And the problem with that bike is that since you have those BB30 bottom brackets in there, the bearings are tucked very closely together, so they are under very high stress from the side loads. And unfortunately, now the time has come that the bearings are starting to give up. So we decided to replace those bearings with some quality Kogel ceramic bearings. And I'm going to do a video about that one as well, because some people struggle to fit different cranksets to these bottom brackets or to Cannondales as such. But I have done it with a Quarq BB30 power meter with very few modifications, and it's a very, very neat look. So I'm going to show you that as well. So it might come in handy if you want to get rid of those Cannondale cranks. Even though they're super nice, they're not really power compatible, so it's not worth too much. And then another very neat little thing. This I've shown you earlier, but I really like it, so I ordered a couple of these in case I need them. So this is a GXP conversion kit. Now, oftentimes I find that people with Shimano cranksets, those are the most common on standard bikes, and if they want to change to a Quarq, then even though it's a Quarq to suit Shimano chainrings, so that means the D4 that still has a GXP interface. So you can have BB30, which won't really fit any Shimano bottom bracket, any standard Shimano bottom bracket for that matter. Or you can have the GXP, which is a more universal option. But the problem in GXP, or not really a problem, but the difference is that if you put a Quarq on there, it won't fit into the standard Shimano interface, because the GXP has a different logic behind it in terms of preload and installment, and that means you get a reduction on the non-drive side. So the drive side opening on the bottom bracket is the same, so 24mm diameter, but on the left side you've got 22. So you can solve that by using a reducer, and that's an excellent option if you are running a high-end bottom bracket with metal spacers. Most bottom brackets, however, that come standard use plastic cups which the crank slides into, so that might not be an ideal solution, but still as a quick option, a quick upgrade, or with a bit of grease, I think it can maybe it can be done to work very well. And this basically does just that. You've got these two spacer rings which come to both sides of the bearing, the 24mm, and reduce it to 22, and that's basically it. You can now fit the GXP crank straight through without any hassle. Okay, so these are three neat little products, basically all connected to bottom brackets and cranks in some way, but I'm going to explore all these in more detail in upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.